What is going down? Hello, everybody. All right, just checking the vitals here. Let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear. Hopefully this is all working good. Man, it is August, my friends. Alex B's in the house. How's it going, man? Great to see you here. Alexandra, welcome. Willem, welcome. James is in the house. Nicola, good to see you guys. Frodo's here. Awesome. This is going to be a good one, guys. This is going to be a good one. Oh man, how are you guys doing? I'm coming at you with some tired vibes today. I am exhausted. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, so I might just go right back to bed after this stream, but um life is good. I can't complain. I've been just crazy busy over here working on a ton of projects at the same time and desperately trying to get ahead on them before I fly out to Ottawa. I'm going to Ottawa tomorrow. Visit my family. My parents are celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary, which is nice. Yeah, my wife and I are headed out to the East Coast for a bit. Hopefully the weather's going to be chill. I'm gonna do some cottaging. Emmanuel, welcome. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining today. Um, how many of y'all have written some percussion tracks ahead of today or ahead of this last month? I got to admit, I haven't I didn't really tackle this kind of thing until quite recently. I've always wanted to send percussive tracks to Motion Ray. I could be wrong about this, but I swear that I saw on some I can't remember where it was. It might have not been Motion Ray, but someone, maybe it was them, saying that they weren't accepting percussion tracks anymore, or something like that. Anyway, my one business related thing to do today, because I got to pack and get ready to leave, is I'm gonna upload my track to Motion Ray. It's been way too long since I sent them anything, and they're probably like, "What happened to Stevie B?" And I still get I still do decent every month. I still bring in some cash from the tracks that did well last year. Isn't that crazy? So I feel like I've been missing out, but the reason is that I haven't sent them much is just because I've been inundated with all of these artlist projects. They've been sending me more commissions, so a lot of my a lot of what I've been making and as far as getting by this year, it's been a lot of commissions from Artlist and those are paying the bills. So I'm grateful for that. But I also kind of miss rolling the dice with Motion Array and getting those staff picks if you can get them. Hey, Ian, welcome. All right. Should we just jump into it? So yeah, for those of you watching who aren't in the Academy, check out the Academy, productionmusicacademy.com. And Andreas is here. Welcome. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, we're doing percussion. We're doing percussion tracks. That was July's challenge. And it was essentially, to just use some organic sounding percussion and avoid any harmonic melodic content. So no bass lines, no chord progressions. This is straight up just percussion. And everyone did great on this challenge, by the way. We got a lot of really interesting variety. Hey, Mauricio. How's it going? Welcome. Signature Music Services is in the house. Good to see you. Man, we got a lot of people here today. This is awesome. Okay. Well, I'm just going to dive right into it, guys. Let me know how you are doing in the comments, wherever you are in the world. Hey, Wish. Awesome. We got the whole crew in here today. This is great. Okay, cool. Well, I think we have John's track to start. John Chapman. Oh, Frodo says my percussion track got accepted by Motion Ray today. That's awesome, man. Congrats. Just seeing everyone's giving congrats. I was like, what's going on? What did I miss? That's great, man. No surprise there. It was a great track. I'm really stoked to feature it today. But we are starting with John Chapman's track. Let me see. John sent me some notes. This track is just called High Energy Percussion, I believe. Produced using a mixture of samples from Loop Cloud. I have not used Loop Cloud. Does anyone use Loop Cloud? We also got our Output Arcade in the mix. Spitfire Hammers. It's another one I don't have. This high energy track has a strong sports related theme with whistles, shouts, and crowd noise. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, John Chapman, thanks for sending this over. Let's check it out. Here we go. Let me know if this has come through all good. Let me know if there's any issues with the playback, and I'll keep my fingers crossed here. Here we go. Oh, dude, awesome. That is fantastic, man. And I just seeing that John is in the stream. How's it going, man? Great to start things off with your track. That's awesome, dude. I love this transition into this breakdown with the energy or with the with the crowd energy here. That's like an interdimensional transition. I love that. That was really, really cool. Well done. Yeah, tons of energy. I think this is super licensable. The only and this isn't really a big deal, but the only thing that sort of struck me was that there's this like one sample, this one haze sample that you're using, and I'm just seeing that Alex mentioned maybe in the comments here that it's from Splash Sound Indie Voices. Yeah, that makes sense. I've heard of those samples before. Is that a free library, or is that anyway? You guys let me know in the comments. But the sort of like where is it? Yeah, it just feels a bit lower energy than like some of the other haze. I don't know. What do you guys think? That one just it almost like doesn't match the intensity of the track. But it could work as like a transition part where it's maybe there's some silence, but it just felt a little bit lower energy than like the other powerful like haze that you got going on. So that's the only thing that I would say about the track. That's just my 2 cents on it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, but just catching up with what's going on in the comments here. Oh yeah, no worries. I love it. That's a great way to start off this stream. Oh yeah, so is that, yeah, let us know where, or did you mention where you're using these samples? Oh yeah, you did. Loop Cloud, Arcade, and Spitfire Hammers. Very, very cool, man. I'm gonna be a little scatterbrained throughout this this whole live stream. I can just tell you that right now. I'm on very little sleep. Okay, who is next? Hey, thanks, John. That's awesome. Mauricio, you're up. Okay, we got Stomping Energy from Mauricio Zavala. And what did he write? So the inspiration for this track was in the first instance of one of the references that you shared. I shared for the challenge. I shared a few references from Motion Array, I think, one from Artlist maybe. But it gradually changed to something more of its own. That's great. That's the way it's got to be. So I think that from the references, it was left with the structure and the powerful bass drum. I used various splice samples, some arcade and Albion percussion. Pleased with the cinematic vibe it has, and it would be great to hear any feedback on the track. Okay, cool. Let's give this a spin. Here we go. Stomping energy. Beautiful. Yeah, that's awesome. Mauricio, are you submitting? Have you submitted that to Motion Ray? Are you planning on it? Um, yeah, let me know. I think that would be great, and I'm sure that would get accepted. I Yeah, I love it. The breakdown, the samples that you're using, that like kind of like whistly one shot sample is super super vibey. I love that. It's got lots of energy, variation in the arrangement, checking all the boxes, man. As far as I'm concerned, I think the only thing I would say is maybe like the mix is fantastic. The only thing I'm kind of craving to hear is like, and I think you used some of those same stomp samples that I used in my track. Maybe you grabbed them from Splice, I don't know, but there's uh, maybe I would maybe consider blending some like dry and punchy kick and snare samples in with what you have here already, just to give it a little more attack. Because sometimes the kicks felt like it almost felt like a little soft. It was not. They sound good, or maybe it's not that you need more like dry samples in the mix, but like even like a transient shaper could maybe like just get those kicks to punch, just a little harder with a little more attack. I'm being nitpicky here because it sounds great. There's nothing wrong with that mix. That mix is solid. But it's got tons of energy, yeah, I thought maybe, that would be like my one thing. If I had to like find something to pick on you about, it would be like getting a little bit more punch out of those kicks or like those stomps. I don't know. Maybe am I being too mean? That's what happens when I don't get enough sleep. Hold on. I need to take a sip of this coffee. That was great, Mauricio. You're always writing dope stuff, man. It's awesome. Let us know in the comments how things are going on Motion Array for you. Super energetic track. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Let's keep the train going. Jason is here. What's up? Have you ever been mean in your life? Yeah, I've been mean. Just because I'm Canadian doesn't mean I'm nice all the time. Um, okay, who's up next? Alex B. What's going on, Alex? We got a track here called Noso Samba. Did I just butcher that? What does that mean? Okay, so Alex says, I decided to honor my Brazilian roots and write a samba track for this challenge. My inspiration was one of the reference tracks you provided us called Carnaval. Cool. I've always wanted to go to Carnaval in Brazil. I used a combination of Output Arcade sounds and Logic's stock instruments. Sweet. Okay. Let's give it a spin. Here we go. It's awesome, man. Damn. Logic stock, eh? And arcade. Wow, dude, you know what I love about this track? Um is that it sounds so natural. Like it does it doesn't sound like quantized or anything. Like there's a lot of like loose energy right here. It sounds awesome, man. I don't know. I don't know. What can I say to even critique this track? This is dope. I think like what I was thinking about when I first heard this is that like the snare sound sort of gets buried a little bit near the end, maybe. There's obviously like a big focus in the mix picture on that like auxiliary percussion. Like that's like up front and center. So that feels really intentional, and maybe that makes the most sense. Like it's not about like a strong uh like how do I say this? Like is it my track, for example, like I'm focusing on like a real strong kick snare pattern, like that's the focus of the track, and like some of the auxiliary stuff is kind of sitting behind that a bit. But in this track it's like the opposite. Like this, we got all of this like I don't know, what do we got, timbales, all sorts of interesting instruments going on here, but like the kick is just kind of keeping the groove in the background more than it is like really up front, and I think that's a really cool choice. And it totally works, dude. Absolutely send this to Motion Ray if you haven't already. Yeah, people are digging it. Maybe I should have created a small breakdown in the middle. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Signature Music Services is in Brazil. Nice. Got some Brazilians in the house. I have 19 tracks in the session. Okay, cool. Yeah, mix is amazing. Great stuff. Um, yeah, you know what? I needed that, man. I needed that little bit of an energy boost. Alexandra says I'll be awake by the end of the live stream. I hope so. Oh man, I really got to do something about these these comments. You can tell I'm squinting to see it. It's Carnival. That shirt is suitable for this track. Yeah, totally. Flying off to Brazil. Okay, great stuff. I got to keep the train rolling. Who's next? Emmanuel, you are next, my friend. Let's check this out. This is called, bear with me, Percussion Dance. Yeah, cool. All right. I mostly use samples from Splice and played them on a MIDI keyboard. Right on. Let's check this out. Here we go. Wow, nice. Really, really cool. Very cinematic mix there, Emmanuel. That's awesome, man. David McPullen's in the house. Welcome. Um, yeah, that's a great track. It sounds like it's like stadium level. So yeah, it's really interesting to see how everyone approached this challenge a little bit differently in terms of the mix. And um, Alexandra's right. All the tracks are mixed so good. Yeah, the mixes are awesome, guys. And this is a cool one. It has like a softer, with the cinematic sort of touch, it has a bit of like a softer impact. And I was gonna say like, maybe, yeah, maybe try sneaking in some dry samples into the mix and blending them a little bit and seeing if you can get like a little bit more punch from it. But it's not like necessary. It's just something you could try. I also might add that I feel like the claps could come up maybe a little bit. Just my preference. The mix is still great, It's just I think they get a bit buried in the mix, and the claps are just they're so powerful. Those claps. But that's a great track, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for sending that over. It's awesome. Who is up next? Ian Harker, you are ready to go with Rhythm to Go. Okay, you sent me some notes, I think. Let me check them out. Uh-oh, did I lose your notes? I might have. Oh, no, there they are. Okay, I went about recording and collecting a smorgasbord of different rhythmic audio clips and then started to arrange them into a piece like a jigsaw. I liked the fact that this method limited the material to play with, which has the unintended benefit of giving the piece some continuity and focus. Interested in what everyone thinks. Okay, great. Let's check it out. Oh, dude, yeah, nice, great work, Ian. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love how much variation is going on. There's just like it's a really exciting arrangement, and I feel like you put a lot of thought into just keeping things fresh and interesting. And that's tough to do. It's like when you're just dealing with like a percussion alone. Where this is something I think I mentioned in the challenge notes. It's like it's actually kind of more difficult to write like a really compelling percussion track because you're tasked with having less to work with in a sense. And without without relying on harmonic and melodic energy, you can't lean on that. You have to, so we got to create a lot of excitement. And you did that in this arrangement. It's really, really nice. A few thoughts I had, and I don't know if you guys will agree, but like I felt like some of the shouts, the haze were like just a little off the grid, maybe. Like it just felt a little bit ahead or behind the hit. I don't know, subtle. It's subtle. It's not a big deal, but something felt like a little bit off time there. Not that it has to be like perfect or anything. The other thing I noticed was like this one last hit you have here. Like that has like a lot of that just got a nice gut punch to it, man. And like it would be kind of interesting to. I mean, you have a great breakdown section here. There's nothing wrong with it. I would maybe encourage like throwing in some of these like deep punches, like in like just but sparingly throughout your breakdown, just to kind of like keep that energy, or just remind people that that it exists. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. But like, yeah, you got like a real nice smooth breakdown, but maybe throwing in one of these guys every once in a while, it could just sort of like keep it the excitement up. It's a badass hit. That's a great way to end it there. Good punch. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Ian, for sending it over, man. Awesome stuff. Okay, cool. Who's next? Frodo. Awesome. So this track, again, for those of you joining recently, this has been accepted by Motion Ray. So congrats to Frodo on that. Frodo, also known as Ninian Valenta. That's the real name. And yeah, we're going to spin this. Here we go. This is called Start to Move. Let's check it out. Oh, sorry. Frodo, I almost forgot to share your notes. Okay, here we are. Loved the idea of writing a percussive track for the challenge, so I went straight to it, and for a change, I'm not submitting last minute. About the track, I had the bass drum pattern stuck in my head, so I used it as a foundation for the whole thing, and the rest of the percussion is a mix of chopped up loops and splice and Spitfire's drumline ensemble. I tweaked a preset from Omnisphere to create the synth drop at the last section. I've heard a very similar sound played with a Korg synthesizer on a garage rock record, and I drew inspiration from that. Since I've also watched Alex B's video on musical ideas, try to get inspired by the music I regularly listen to more often. It really opens up so many possibilities. Looking forward to the stream. Awesome. Okay, that's great, man. Thank you for sharing that. Here we go. Oh, dude, awesome. So nice. That's great stuff, man. Um, well done, Frodo. That is awesome. Just catching up with the comments here. Alexandra asks, when is the new video coming out, Alex B? I second that. What's going on? Alex is so busy, man. This man is up to a lot of different things. He's a busy guy. Um, yeah, Frodo, that is awesome, dude. And clearly, I I don't know. Maybe I dreamt up the whole motion array, not allowing percussive things. Maybe that was something. Maybe that was a different library, but clearly they do, and um, I guess they're going to get a bunch of percussion tracks all at once if we all send it to them. So yeah, really encouraging to hear that they accepted this, and I hope it does well on the library because, and I think it will. It's a great track. Um, I really only have praise for it. I don't have too much in the way of of a critique. I'm curious, like what this like kind of ambient, almost sounds like a vocal sample that you're kind of like side chaining in the background. Sounds so cool. It adds a lot of flavor. You can kind of hear it exposed here, like that kind of like twirling sample that's bouncing. That's so nice, man. I love it when it comes in. Great sample selection. Really, really nice. That's an awesome touch. That's from Splice. Cool. And did you like sidechain that, or I suppose it's a really nice sample. Yeah, it's not a vocal sample. I said vocal. It sounds kind of vocally, but it's not. Reminds me of a. There's something blocking my comment. I can't see it properly. Someone else has to comment so Alex's comment can move up and I can read it. I don't know. I'm bad at this YouTube thing sometimes. Okay, that's awesome, man. I don't know. I'm struggling to give this a critique. It feels dope, and it feels licensable to me. I think it already was sidechained. Oh, okay, cool. I only added a filter to it. Right on. Alex, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to make a fool of myself. I'm not even going to try. Give me the phonetic spelling of that instrument. All right, let's move on. Wish, you're up next. Okay, let me find your comments here. I got it all out of order today. All out of order. There you are. Okay, last minute submission from Wish. I'm glad I checked, man. I almost didn't check, and I saw that you submitted something. I think it was just like a couple hours ago. But anyway, hello, Steve. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I struggled to come up with a specific title, so I opted for a more generic one. I used Native Instruments Battery, Damage, Evolve series, and some of the free samples from Slate Digital. Oh, cool. Awesome. Let's check this out. Killer. Love it. Awesome job, Wish. As always, you're always sending quality stuff, man. This is great. And I hope you're doing well. And yeah, always great to feature your work. I think like and I love this. This is short, sweet, and it feels great to me. The mix is awesome, solid. I guess the only thing that kind of like, and not like a big critique of the track or anything like that, but during this breakdown, just that rising, those orchestral percussion hits in the background made me feel like I just wanted more of them in the mix. And this is just my preference. I think, I felt like we could get more. You could maybe like extract a little bit more tribal energy out of this mix, perhaps. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, is that being too? Oops, microphone's getting all messed up. I just wanted to hear some orchestral toms, or like some taikos, really really driving like that kick pattern a bit more. And I think that would add a bit to it. I feel like the kick or that low energy can get drawn out in the mix a bit more. But like, yeah, again, not like a big deal. The mix is great. Everyone's mix today is killer. You guys are just killing it. It's awesome. Yeah, it sounds really good. Oh, we got the phonetic spelling, guys. Kuika. I got it. Yeah, great work, Wish. If that rise to tension lasted a little bit longer, it would feel better. Yeah, cool. Good feedback. Are we talking about this part right here? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm assuming you're referring to this section here, but totally like doubling the time here. That could totally work as well. So it's very short. This track is very short and sweet. Anyway, great stuff, man. Thanks again, Wish. And I don't want to forget, there's a couple of submissions today that are video format. Let's check out Alexandra's. Okay, so Alexandra sent me something in video form, which is awesome. And she wrote, I decided to challenge myself a bit more and try something I've never done before. I use the 3/4 rhythm signature, or 6/8 perhaps. Then I was a bit confused if my track would be of any use in terms of licensing, so I decided to make a video out of stock videos. I use Pexels and mostly videos of Cotton Bro Studio. Awesome, let's check this out. Bear with me 1 second here. Let's move this video over to my screen. Okay, here we go. Sweet bonus points for a sick video. That's awesome. Okay, I was trying to do the count while watching that. I think the timing is 6/4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2, and 3. I don't think it's 3/4 or 6/8. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Am I wrong? I think I'm right. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 1. Yeah, so I think it's 6/4, which is awesome. It's great. I think it totally it works, and it looks great with it sounds and feels great with the video. You did a great job of editing that too, by the way. Very, very cool. Critique. I suppose the only thing that I mean I love the sample selection. The only thing that kind of came to mind was like maybe it would be great to have some like a bit more variance with the stomp or the kick. The kick sample itself, repeating. I don't know. I was craving hearing like a stomp, like maybe a couple different stomp things or some other texture to blend in with that kick pattern, which would have given it a bit more of a variant feel, like, as opposed to it sounding like the same sample over again. I mean, I think it works for what it is, but something in there, just in the same way that if you're using a sample library, there's like round robins, there's a few different samples, so it doesn't sound like too machine gunny. That would be the one thing that I would say like would be cool. And you could maybe pull that off even with like an orchestral percussive library, just to get a little bit more texturization in those like low kick, doom, 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 doom. Yeah, so that'd be my only thing I'd mention probably. Uh-oh, did I freeze? Hold on, refreshing my browser here. Oh no, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Oh, what's up, Catalan? Catalan says 6/4 or 3/4, depending on how you want to. Yeah, so I guess if you count it differently, it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. If you count it in triplets, then like it could be a different time signature. Yeah, let me just catch up with these comments here, guys. Totally works with the video. Great urban feel. Yeah, totally. Love the urban vibe that this track has. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Alex B says, that's my partner for art list. Yeah, guys, I can't wait to hear what you guys are cooking up for an art list submission. Please make sure to send that over to me. I want to hear it first. I want to be the first. Jason says this video works nicely with a great track. Nice tight transitions. Yeah, totally. Mark says, when the percussive elements doubled, I missed a visual cue that aligns with it. So maybe align or choose rhythmic visuals in that part. Okay, cool. James says, not 6/8. Is it 6/4 or 6/8? 6/4, I think. All right. We will definitely send your... Damn, my comments are just getting all messed up. I can't read your guys' comments. Yeah, please send it to me for review. I can't wait to hear it, guys. I can't wait to hear it. We're going to get you guys on art list. Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Alexandra. That's awesome. And great job with the video, too. Okay. And next up, we got James with a tribute to the late, great Taylor Hawkins. Let's see here. What do we got? James says, I left things to the last minute, but managed to create a kind of live drum solo, which is inspired by stadium/alt rock drummers. My favorite drummer is Taylor Hawkins. Rest in peace. I hope some of his influence is shown here. I used Easy Drummer and some crowd noise. All right. Oh man, that made me want to take. I wanted to drink some whiskey and headbang. I used to have long hair, like super long hair past my shoulders. I miss my headbanging days. Um, yeah, great live feel to the drums. There was no rules that says you couldn't do a gigantic drum solo for this challenge. Nice work, James. Um, that's cool that you use an easy drummer. Um, yeah, I like that you took a totally different approach too. um, yeah, energy, big energy. Taylor Hawkins would approve. I have no doubt about that. Um, I saw the Foo Fighters a long, long, long time ago. They were great. It was nice. I'm glad I got a chance to see Taylor play live. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. In terms of, I guess on the licensability scale, maybe you might come up against some obstacles there. Um, but in terms of the fun and awesomeness, right on. Yeah, I just put it together this morning. Right on. That's awesome, man. I'm glad. I'm always happy to share your work with on the live stream, and you've been one of my longest running supporters, James. So it's always an honor to share your stuff. Yeah, I mean, and I just mean on the licensability scale. I just mean it's like the without as like a John Bonham-esque, you know, all over the place type solo. Maybe it's less licensable. Like if you were to kind of like stick to a more regular beat, I suppose, and maybe add some other elements too. Also, the crowd noise could be an issue. But I don't think that was. I don't know. I think you just had fun and awesomeness in mind when you wrote it. But correct me if I'm wrong. You could always try upload this to send it wherever. Send it to libraries, see what they say. Love the double kick. Yeah, totally. And yeah, thanks for the energy jolt, man. I needed that too. Just got to get my Jack Daniels, and then I'm all good. Yeah, it was a goof. Okay, right on, man. Okay, we got a couple more submissions. We have one from Alan here, which is also in video format. Let me pull this up. Oh, we have. Oh no, we have two more. Two more. I think I've got everyone. All right, so hold on. Let me. Oh no, what have I done? Oh man, bear with me. There we go. Okay, ukulele drums by Alan Kasich, and he sent me some notes too. Let me share these with you guys. Where are your notes at, man? Oh, here we go. Okay. From Ellen. So I created a percussive demo track with a video to promote my drum sample pack. There are two things I love, ukulele and electronic music. So I combined both to make these drum sounds. I recorded ukulele body sound by hitting it with brushes, hands, keys, and so on. Then I did processing and editing on the recordings to shape them into kicks, snares, hats, toms, and transitions. I then used these samples to make a percussive demo track in various music styles. So Alan's going to throw, or I can throw out this link to the pack in the Academy. I'm not sure if Alan wants me to share it on the stream or anything like that. But he says every Academy member can get the pack here. Cool. It's free, but if you want to support, then $10 donation is appreciated through PayPal. So I'll check Alan's website and see if he's posted this up there, and we can you can always go there and check it out. All right, let's check this out. Here we go. Dude, nice. Yeah, it's really impressive to get all of that out of a ukulele. Did some nice processing on like these kick and like bassy samples that you got. That's pretty sweet, man. I really liked the beat that you started here with like this swung beat. Oh man, I like that. I wanted to add like a really greasy bass line underneath that. Like, dong, 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 like a really distorted, slinky bass line. That's awesome, man. Well done. Well done on that. And yeah, let's support Alan. Let me just check. Hopefully you got this up on your website. Let me creep you online here. If not, then you can go check out Alex. Sorry, not Alex. Alan Kasich AlanKasichMusic.com. Did you put the old ukulele drums up on the website? Maybe not yet. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, I will share that link in the Academy, and I appreciate you putting that together, man. That is really, really cool. Where can we buy that library? I mean, hold on. Let me just. Yeah, I don't want to put the Google. I'm not sure if Alan wants me to put the Google Drive folder up on the stream. But there's a PayPal link that he added. So I'll put that up in the Academy because I'm not sure. I don't want to put it out there in public without Alan's permission. So I'll hold off on that. But if Alan gets back to me and says go for it, then I'll add the link to the Google link in the description of this video, so you can go check that out later. If it's not there, then he doesn't want me to do it. If it is, okay, I'm talking in circles here. Akin Fatumbi is next. Let's see here. I think this was also a very last minute submission, which I almost missed. But Akin says, I wanted this to be more of an urban drum troupe than epic percussion. Okay, cool. Here we go. Nice work, Akin. Yeah, well done. I what's this track called? Percolation. Nice. Excuse me. Yeah, it has like a laid back vibe to it. There's some subtlety, and it's less like you could just see the difference in like the waveforms looking at this one compared to everything else. Everyone else kind of cranked it a little bit, and this one feels a little bit more laid back, which is cool, which is totally cool. You may have had like a little bit more room to, push things in like compress things a bit more on the stereo bus or into the limiter, and brought out a bit more energy from it. But I mean, you kind of get there towards the end, like you kind of amp things up. The one thing I was gonna maybe mention, Akin, is that like you could, and I think this is the same thing I mentioned for someone else's track, but just you could consider importing some of these bigger hits, these more like intense hits in the end. You could like import that into the intro or the first third of the track, but just do it more sparingly. So like it's almost kind of like foreshadowing, like a climactic section towards the end. But this is like a very kind of like slow and chill build towards this climactic section. But yeah, I think you could maybe throw in one of these, excuse me, one of these bigger hits once in a while, just to kick things off. That would be my suggestion in terms of the arrangement. But yeah, really, really nice work. You guys all did amazing. Thank you so much. I did find the time to put together a percussive track, and I would say that my mix is, I don't know, I guess it's about like 90% of the way there. I'm pretty happy with it. I might make a few tweaks. I got to say, like, listening to what you guys put together got me inspired to think about maybe adding a few things. Like some of you guys use some really interesting sample selection, and I wonder if maybe there's more I could do with my track. But I am totally open to hearing feedback from you guys on my work as well. And if there's anything that you notice that's off or weird, like, please let me know. But this is something I'm going to try to send. I'm going to try to send this to Motion Array later today. So if you have any thoughts, hit me up in the comments. Have a totally open mind. And yeah, here it is. I don't have a name for it yet. But for now, it's called Percussion Track. Here we go. This is what I got. Okay, there you have it. Give me some name suggestions too. I don't want to chat GPT it. Have you guys tried using chat GPT to get name suggestions for your tracks? I find it's not that great. I don't know. Usually I struggle with titles. So, oh yeah, I should mention that, you know what came in handy, and there's samples that I've had for a long time. Let me pull this up for you, because these guys are so sweet. I mean, a lot of you guys are on Splice, and these guys are on Splice too. But that sound, these dudes were making samples packs way before Splice even came around, and they're OG dudes. And if for those of you on Splice, you've probably come across these samples before. Oh yeah, and they're giving away 500 freebies on their website here, which is cool. Yeah, drums. It's mostly just like drums, percussion, a lot of claps. That's where I got my like those little drum line, like that tenor snare. That's where I got that little like fill from. So these guys do all sorts of really really handy stuff like that. And I've had these samples for years. They're some of the first sample packs I ever bought were from these guys. So highly recommend. Highly recommend. Also, oh man, oh yeah, Circle's Dead. Circle's Dead drums. These guys are fantastic too. Um, I have the Dead 1975 kit. That's what I use to kind of get those like really punchy, dry drums to mix well and kind of like poke through the mix a bit. Highly recommend these guys. Totally worth it. I can't remember what I paid for this sample, but sample pack, but I use it all the time. They got a bunch of different packs. Great branding too. Super cool stuff. Just reading your comments. Oh, thanks guys. Thank you so much. You guys are too kind. Great for sports, NBA. Right on. Spiced and ready to go. Great mix, Steve. I like the fact that breakdown sounds as strong as the main sections. How do you go about doing that? I probably crunched it through the old limiter pretty hard. Almost to a point where like I felt like it was actually too much. But I did a bit of volume automation on it too. So like the claps will come up in volume in the intro and the breakdown a little bit, so that there's a pretty like even uh, what am I saying? Dispersion of energy throughout it. I mean the breakdown can sound like it can really come down, I think, but I think probably the way that is happening is the reason it has that high energy is just because I'm pushing things in the limiter. I'm pushing it pretty hard, compressing it. And so those one shots, those like, those big epic hits come through real punchy. I'm also using a transient designer to help them kind of poke through a little bit. Yeah, thanks so much for listening, guys, and you guys all did amazing. This is another live stream review for the books. Man, I can't believe it's August already. What the hell is going on? I have, by the way, I'm not gonna spill the beans on the live stream, but for those of you in the academy, stay posted for the next challenge because it's gonna be an intense one. I think it's gonna be a lot of work. I like to I like to go from relatively easier challenges like this one. I think this one is a little bit this one wasn't, I wouldn't say any of them are particularly super easy, but this one is easier than some of the past ones we've done. The next one is going to be it's going to be a lot of work, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to feature it on the live stream. I'm still kind of figuring that out, but I'm going to write that assignment for you guys either today or tomorrow, and I will post it up in the academy, and we're going to get started. And it's guys, it's back to business in September. I have not been on YouTube. I haven't put out a like regular video in I think more than a month now. I've just been way too damn busy. All these projects are just piling up, and I feel sometimes stressed about it, but I also feel like really blessed to have work and to be doing this like full time. It's insane. And I never thought I would be so busy. And there's a part of me that wishes that I had more time for YouTube, because I really enjoy like making those videos and editing them and just and also that's how I promote my business. It's on YouTube too. So it's like it's tough. It's been a struggle, man. It's been a struggle to find time. But summer is like that. There's just so much like family stuff going on. There's like weddings. There's all these events. There's a lot of stuff happening that requires my attention outside of work. So that's why it's been kind of like rough to find the time. But yeah, I've had to prioritize the projects that I'm working on so that I can pay for all the bills. And unfortunately, it's like at some point you kind of like have to, sometimes one or two things have to get the cut. And in the case of the last month, it's been YouTube, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that September is going to be like full throttle back in action, making lots of videos, testing out sample libraries, having fun, and while continuing to finish up these projects that I'm working on. And I'm going to share more of that in the Academy, of course. We got a course coming out this month, and yeah, working on just a lot of things on my plate. But yeah, I just want to shout out all of the Academy members and thank you for your support. I know there's a lot of new members in there recently. And yeah, I mean, I imported all of the customers from, or I'm in the process of importing all the Teachable customers into the Academy too, which has been intense. That was a lot of work. I don't know if any of you out there are creating courses or anything like that, but Teachable went ahead and switched around their whole pricing structure and everything. It's become totally untenable. Everyone needs more money, man. I mean, these are weird times. It's like everything just got so expensive this year. Aside from food, I feel like everyone upped their prices. I just upped the prices in my Academy. I will bring them down for discounts, but hey, I'm in the same boat. Life is expensive, and it seems like, yeah, I don't know, prices going up across the board. It's over $2 a liter for gas here in Canada. I don't know what that means in gallons. Sorry for you Americans. I'm not going to sit here and bitch about everything being expensive. You guys don't need to hear that. I'm on a rant, as you can tell. Now I'm energized because you guys sent me all these amazing percussion tracks. I got energy now. Finished my coffee. I'm just going to sit here and rant for an hour. How's that? What happened to the comments? People are just like, what's wrong with Steve? Oh, there we go. Okay. We got, what is a leader? What is a leader? Hey, Eric is in the house. What up, man? Should I check the track submission form and see if Eric sent me something last minute here? I should actually see if anyone. Nope. No. Yeah, it is expensive. Gas is expensive as hell. It's crazy. This video will teach you everything about clipping for loudness. Sure, rant away. We'll put some. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Yeah, I need like a. Hold on. I'll use Akin's track as like a. As an underscore here. I'll just loop this. Hopefully that's not too quiet. There we go. All right, what else do I got to rant about? Yeah, I wasn't done bitching about Teachable. It's like, man, they created a real pain in the ass for me to deal with. Let me tell you that. It was initially they had a great deal to start with. It was like an unlimited amount of courses for a certain amount of money a year, which was actually totally affordable. I think it was like $400 or $500. It worked out to like $500 Canadian a year. And then they suddenly switched everything up. And like, you know what really gets my goat is that like I feel like if you pay for a plan, or if you pay for a monthly subscription, and this is the way it is in the Academy, by the way. If you buy into a plan, you're always going to be paying that amount. Like whether it's monthly or annual, I'm never going to switch it up on you. I'm not going to like email you one day and you'll just be like, no, now it's gone up 15%, 20%. You know, it's like you got to pay me more. No. Like you're locked in for life. As long as you're there, you're locked into the price that you signed up for. So what Teachable did is they just said, instead of doing. They're like, here's your plan, and instead of all of these things that we promised you, we're now going to restrict you to 5 courses, which was a problem for me because I had a dozen, and if you want to upgrade, you're gonna have to pay. Like it was like 3 times the price. It was insane. It was a huge price jump for me to continue doing what I was doing on Teachable. So it really annoys me when companies do that. I mean, I understand it's like kind of tough times. And I guess maybe on some corporate level, they're like, okay, we need to make more money here. Maybe they're going bankrupt or something. I don't know. John asked, what do I use now instead of Teachable? I don't. What I did is I just imported everything. I just brought all the students into the academy. So what I did was create a tier in the academy where the students could come in and access the courses that they had bought on Teachable. And it was a real challenge to do that because I had to get in touch with everybody from Teachable and tell them that their courses are moving. They're not going to be available. And there were some hiccups along the way, man. It wasn't easy. Alex says it's the best underscore for ranting. Yeah, there's other ones out there. Thinkific. Yeah, I know. Eric, we were talking about this the other day. It's tough. Like they're all competing with each other, and I'm not sure what's the best place to host courses. But I'm just glad to have left Teachable officially, and now like everything is in the academy, and it's cool. The reason I hosted the courses outside of the academy is because not everyone is interested in the community aspects of it. So some people want to just purchase the courses and use them as standalone products. So that's why they were there. In case anyone was wondering. Udemy is like kind of a little different. I've always wondered about uploading like a more generic music production course to Udemy and seeing what happens. It kind of feels like the music libraries of courses. Like you upload a course and you may or may not have like a following, and it could do well. It could like have some algorithmic traction. And like I've seen some courses on there that have sold like thousands and thousands of courses. And, I guess they kind of do the promotion for you in a sense on Udemy. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I feel like there's probably money to be made there, but I don't know. Yeah. So Mighty Networks is what I use now. That's the academy. It's Mighty Networks. I feel like you're about to be eaten by cannibals. I hope not. So, what else can we rant about? Anyone else have anything they wanna bitch about? Or want me to bitch about? I really don't have too much to complain about over here, man. Life is good. Life is all right. Things are good. I'm tired, but I'm good. Should start a rant show, Steve. I thought about that, but I try not to get too crotchety. And it's funny because I sometimes get really crotchety. Who was asking earlier in the stream if I'm ever mean? I sometimes get mean when I'm like hangry or tired. It happens, but it's I try to start my day with like a little breathing and just reflection and gratitude, and that usually puts me on the right foot. I also just like really try to avoid looking at emails and shit, like all that, all the social media stuff. Just put it aside. I usually just have a coffee and stare out the window and just hang out with my wife for a few minutes to start my day, and it always feels good. Highly recommend doing that, or go for a walk or something like that. It's supposed to be summer and it's raining. Oh, is it raining in the UK? And your car died, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Why is it raining? It's August. Okay, yeah. Rant number 2 over here is, well, this isn't like really affecting me personally, but I don't know if you guys have heard about all the fires that we're having up here in Canada, but it is crazy. It is crazy. They are just battling these fires nonstop. Luckily, it hasn't come into Vancouver. I mean, it has in years past. We've just like got this cloud of smoke roll in from from various different forested areas, but they're a real problem up here. They're a problem in the States too, I guess, in California and stuff. or at least they have been in the past. Several young firefighters have died, you know, trying to fight these damn fires. It's like, God bless those guys, man. That is a tough job. So how can I complain about anything really? I'm not like fighting these forest fires. That's rough. Yeah, I saw that Greece had some fires too. They've had some problems with fires in the past as well. It just gets so damn hot, man. I'm getting all the smoke. Yeah, they're just they're evacuating a little town about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours away from us right now, called the Soyuz, BC. They're getting smoked out. It's rough. Let me see what else is going on. Writing music is hard. That's something to rant about. That's tough, man. I don't know if you guys like. I stress about the tracks that I'm finishing these days. I feel like, okay, you know what's funny? Is this something I thought about the other day? Like a year ago, when I was making more videos about like my submissions to Motion Array and stuff, I feel like looking back on a few of the videos, I'm just like, oh man, there was a little moment in time where I was finishing tracks very quickly, like, and it hasn't gotten easier for me. It's gotten worse. I spend more time finishing tracks now than I did like a year. You think I would have gotten fast, but I actually think I've gotten more obsessive. And in some ways, I think it's paid off. But I think also that the stakes are higher. So I think, yeah. So part of the reason is that maybe a year ago or more, I was focusing a lot on sending motion array stuff, and there was like a speed element to it as well. Like there was like, okay, let's see if I can get away with something that, you know, I spent 2 or 3 hours on, and then do well on Motion Array, and it worked. Like, you know, I try not to overthink it, and with these art list submissions, like these commissions that I get from them for production, man, I'll spend days getting like really hyper focused on things, and to sometimes like, and my wife gets a little worried. She's like, you're spending way too much time working on this track, and it's maybe not healthy, but it also pays off, because some of the tracks that I send them are doing really well on the library. So I guess there's something to be said for that. But I also kind of wonder whether I can get back into the zone that I was in a year ago and just like send Motion Array stuff that like I don't spend a whole lot of time working on and still do well. I don't know. Catalan asks, have you managed to get close to the income you made last year on Motion Array? No. I will do better overall income wise this year than I think I ever have, which is like a huge blessing, because a few of the non-exclusive tracks that I've had on Artlist have performed exceptionally well this year. So like, you know, based on what they have paid out in the past, they should pay me, like I'll probably stand to make a lot more this year. With Motion Array, my earnings have been around like an average of about $500 a month this year, and that's, you know, which is amazing because I haven't sent them anything. I think I've sent them 2 or 3 tracks the entire year, maybe 3, 4 tracks at the most this entire year. So, and none of them have done well. I think one of them did kind of well, but it wasn't a staff pick. It wasn't. I didn't get like a bonus for it. So no, my Motion Array earnings are lower, and hopefully I'll try to correct that in the last half of this year. And you know, I'll try to send them some stuff and get one of those like staff picks or something. Hopefully, maybe it'll work for this percussion track. But no, my earnings there are an average of about $500 a month, and that's for doing nothing. So like, can't complain about that. But yeah, no, the situation I'm in currently is kind of interesting in that, because Artlist is kind of like almost in a way, it's almost kind of a guarantee of paying the bills with the custom composing that I do. I really have to focus on that in a big way, because I need to pay the bills, man. There's just like things are expensive here. Like my rent is really expensive. This summer has been expensive. I've got all these weddings, man. Like I just spent so much money. So I'm trying to dig myself out of the red. I'm not in the red, but I'm trying to dig myself back into like my cushion, savings cushion. And so I really have to focus on things that I know are going to be like sources of income, like guaranteed sources of income. And unfortunately, Motion Ray is not that. It's not that, because like I said earlier, it's like we're rolling the dice on Motion Ray. You know, we could spend an exorbitant amount of time working on a track where we think is like just absolutely amazing, and then it just gets like one download. And that's sort of the vibe on Motion Array right now. It's just, it seems, and I could be wrong. I know there's a few of you in the library right now, but it's very saturated, and it seems like staff picks are really kind of the determining factor for success for tracks. So I mean, you really got to play to the curators, send them stuff that they're going to like, and just kind of cross your fingers and hope that you do get a staff pick, and then also hope that it, like, you know, it does well. Just because you have a staff pick doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do really well. So yeah, it's the uncertainty of that, which unfortunately right now means that I have to focus entirely on things that are certain. But like I said, like I really want to get back to just kind of throwing them something once in a while, and kind of like, you know, maybe it'll do good. Alex says, I did that, spent hours on a few funky tracks and they got like 10 downloads. Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating. Alexandra says, I'm on the opposite, hearing about floods in different parts of the world. Oh man, yeah, right. I've heard about some floods too. Do I still get rejections? I haven't had a rejection in a long time. I get feedback. I get lots of critical feedback on the stuff that I send, that I'm working with on Artlist. You know, I have a great team leader. He's awesome. He's an extremely experienced and great producer, and he gives me awesome feedback. I learn a lot from him, actually. How to avoid a creative block? Oh man. I try to exercise. That's how I avoid. Whenever I get like bogged down and I can't think straight, I need to get the blood flowing. Get the blood flowing through those veins. Go take a run. Go take a jog. Do some push-ups. And just get out of your bubble and come back to it with a fresh perspective. I think that works well for me. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's like, I know if there's a few of you that are on Motion Array. I want them to get. I wish they would change things so that there was more organic, like algorithmic momentum, like it used to be. I don't particularly think that just relying on a staff pick is a good spot. It definitely makes you feel vulnerable, like as a contributor. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I feel like they should make some algorithmic changes. But I guess maybe the problem is that there's so many contributors. It's probably, you know, my fault. It's Eric. Eric and I will have to take some responsibility here for talking about Motion Array so much on YouTube. I should have kept it a little secret. No, I'm not like that. I gotta share the knowledge, share the spread. And you know what? I'm glad to see other people doing well there, and you know, that makes me really happy. We need a couple other Motion Arrays out there. I think I've heard that Storyblocks is pretty good. I've heard people are making money there, but I have not sent them anything. And I think that they register your music with Content ID, from what I understand. And there's other libraries that are buying tracks out. Artlist isn't the only one that's doing it. It's got like Epidemic. There's a few others out there. I think the smaller ones that are buying stuff out. So there is work out there. And I've also got this this strange production project, which is kind of hard to explain. But there's this festival, like this. It's kind of like it's called the Festival of Lights here in Vancouver. And I'm going to be doing some production work for them, I hope. And I think maybe I'll just not talk about it. I don't even know how to describe it to you, but it's essentially like they have this like trailerized soundtrack to coordinate with like a light show. I'm going to help them with that. So it's cool to like to get something local. And I don't know if all you guys are in the city, like are in bigger cities, but like there's always like work to be found in the audio world if you kind of like go sniffing around locally. If you're like living in a bit more of a rural area, it might be a bit more tough to do that, but that's what the internet's for. Am I familiar with Audio Network? Yeah, I am familiar with them, but I don't know what their deal is. Do you? Like, do they? I have no idea what like their contracts or their agreements look like with they're pretty big, aren't they? Let me just pull up Audio Network here. Now we need to find some new libraries. We need to find some new libraries to work with. Oh, they're gonna make me create an account, hey? Is that how it's gonna? That's how it's gonna be. Can't search their. Oh, maybe. Get started for free. Our music. Yeah, I wonder what these guys are all about. Licensing. Yeah, they got all sorts of stuff. I wonder if they have like a submission thing. Become a composer. Let's see what the deal is. At Audio Network, we strive for a blah blah blah. Interesting. I wonder what the deal is. I wonder if it's just like, is this like a royalty free library, or like are they working with, like what's the vibe here? Jason says Audio Network is huge. They seem more sync oriented. Yeah, I kind of get that vibe from them too. That'd be kind of interesting to like throw them an application, see what's up. It's probably like exclusive, you know. Can we search music without having to become a sign up? It's over 200,000 original tracks. It's a lot. Huh. Yeah, playlists. Kestrel. I don't want to play anything. I don't want to get like copyright strike here or something like that. So like what happens if you try to buy this? Select a license. What do they have here? Okay, so creator. Oh, they got like, so it's almost kind of like a stock library, and like in the old sense, you can use it as a creator plus for video sharing sites and social media. Excludes any sponsored content. Content designed for internet use. Oh, sorry, internal use. All right, $300. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Jason says, I see them in credits of TV shows all the time. They have good tracks. All right, that's good to know. Noted. I sent a demo to Audio Network, didn't hear back. Okay. Said our music team will review your submission and will reach out with next steps. If you do not hear from us, please not be discouraged. ANW gets a lot of TV here in the UK. I think it's a subscription only service. ANW, is that what's that? Is that an abbreviation for something? Oh, sorry, you're just saying Audio Network. Or is that what you're referring to? Or is that a different library? Sorry. Yeah, sorry. You're just talking about Audio Network. Cool. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Maybe I'll send him a little something. But I mean, this is always the problem. Is it's like the excess of I need to clone myself so that I can sorry. Yeah, I need to clone myself so that I can send so I can create like a catalog to send out to sync stuff, sync libraries. I am working with like a couple of publishers who can like pretty much directly place my music, and it's happened a couple times already, which is awesome, but they take a big chunk of the writer's fee. So there's not a lot of money in it for me. That's kind of like, yeah, you know, if there was anything to rant about, it's just that there's not enough time in the damn day. And I wish I had, it's one of these things, like I wish I had more time to write music, but at the same time, the amount that I'm writing right now is so exhausting that like I don't think I could even like mentally take that on. But yeah, the struggle to decide whether to focus on custom production / like sync licensing or like royalty free is real. It's real, and it's like a lot of people ask me like what they think they should do, what I think they should do, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, just go wherever you like, just I don't know, put your finger up to the wind and see which way it's blowing, and like and go where your gut is going, man, because it's like any of those directions is tough, and it's going to require a lot of focus. But it is like, you know, and something Eric and I have mentioned in the past is like, you know, do it all, but it's like, it's easier said than done. It really is difficult to tackle all of those things together. Oh, dude, Catalan, I would love to do that. But man, like it is so difficult to start a business. And I can tell you that from the amount of work that's gone into just making this the Production Music Academy. It like creating a business and like hustling to make ends meet it owns you. It owns your time. I mean, the people who run music libraries, I mean, like it is an insane amount of work to curate that and to put it all together. I would need to like I would need like a lot of help. A lot of help. But yeah, man, I mean, like in theory, I would love to. That would be awesome. I'd love to do that. Like I would need like a developer to put all the, you know, do all the web stuff. I would need, I need a lot of stuff. But I've always like in the back of my mind, I'd be like, that would be cool. I would love to do like a music library and run it like, you know, the right way, the way I feel like was fair for composers, of course. And yeah, I don't know, man. Let's team up. Let's do it. I just don't know if I could carve out any more time in my day, unfortunately. Hey, James. Late to the conversation. Japanese taiko drummer here. Looking forward to re-listening to Stevie's percussion track later. Appreciate the focus on percussion. Oh yeah, right on, man. Yeah, you've gotten in touch. I'm jogging my memory here, but I believe we've spoken over email. Was it? I remember the Japanese taiko drummer is ringing a bell. I think I've listened to your music too, or seen checked your website out. But yeah, glad to have you here. It's great, and yeah, this challenge was a lot of fun. So please, by all means, go check out all these amazing tracks that the members sent me today. It's awesome. Catalan's all in. You're all in. All right. Oh man, I just, yeah, I wish I like. I have a friend. I have a good friend here in town who started a music library, and he's been doing it for a long time, and he did really well. He did really well for himself, but it's a hustle. That is a serious hustle, and he is a hustler. He's a really hard worker. So, and he was like the first library I worked with, and the first time I started writing sync music was with him. And as he was coming up, but man, yeah, I mean, any business is a lot of work. Zaid asked, which libraries do you suggest for a beginner who wants to upload the first track? Well, I think if you want to get the hang of like the, you know, all of the somewhat like boring details of the process of uploading, it's like you want a taste of what you need to kind of get together, like maybe Pond 5, because it's like they're probably going to accept whatever you send them. They're pretty open-minded about what goes on the library, and you're going to have to write a description. You're going to have to come up with a track title. You're going to have to come up with your metadata, and it's kind of like a good practice. It's kind of like a good training ground for like dealing with music libraries, and it's pretty easy. Once you start working with like, you know, publishers, exclusive libraries, you know, that you'll start getting. They'll ask you for a lot more things than Pond 5 will want. Like, for example, you're gonna have to do cut downs, different edits of your track, that kind of thing. You might have to stem your track out, which is a whole other thing. It's a lot of work, man. But as a beginner, you know, like Pond 5 it's like a very friendly training ground, I think, and you know, you might make a sale. You know, people are still selling music on Pond 5. There's a few people I know that are doing well. I don't know if they're making like thousands of dollars a month or anything like that, but definitely spoke to somebody on, you know, Instagram not too long ago that's making like $300 to $500 a month in Pond 5. It's a pretty big back catalog, but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that answers your question. I think Pond 5 is a good place to start. What else? What else is out there that's in the same league? James says, thanks for checking out my Taiko site. I'm still mostly teaching drumming workshops rather than recording, but I've set aside this whole month to finally complete my first EP. Dude, awesome. Send it over. Love to hear it. Also just did a one-to-one coaching session with Eric. Oh, no way. Nice. Oh, that's part of his mastermind, I guess. Yeah, right on. So yeah, he started his mastermind. That's great. I think Eric pieced out from this conversation. He's probably like, I don't have time to listen to Steve rant. Oh yeah, in case anyone's wondering, I've also kind of dipped out from the podcast this last couple months too, and it's all part of the same problem. Is really I just needed to carve out more time to focus on finishing up a lot of these projects that I have on my plate. That's it. And hopefully Eric and I will team up for another podcast in the near future. Yeah, Alex has got to get back to work. Today I'm writing music. Great, man. I am wishing you well. Thanks for being here, Alex. And best of luck with all of those lo-fi tracks that you're working on with Brazilian library. And I hope you send them the percussion track too. I think they would dig that. Yeah, James, that's great to hear about the drumming workshops. That sounds like a lot of fun. I need a more like physical job. You know, that's another part of my rant today. This job, as much as I love it, as much as I'm living the dream here, it's a very sedentary lifestyle. So it really is important for me to get as much exercise as possible. I went to the pool last night with my wife, did some laps, trying to eat lean, try not to pile on the calories over here. You really got to take care of your body as a music producer because we're sitting here for so long. That's why I got this cushion under my butt. I got like I got a bony butt. It gets uncomfortable. I lose feelings in my legs after a while. Thanks, Alex. Cheers, buddy. All right, I should probably wrap it up. If you guys have any questions you want to throw my way, I'm down to just chill and talk here. I'm taking it easy today, so I'm happy to answer any questions if you guys want to throw them my way. I'm all ears. I'm an open book. I'm making up for lost time here on YouTube. And I've been really enjoying Hey, Akin, I hope that you've registered this track with Content ID because you're gonna get a huge payout for this video. Should we switch it up? Let's switch up to a different backing track. I don't know how long much longer I'm gonna be on here. We'll put Alex's on here for it and we'll spin it. Here we go. Nice. Thanks, Mauricio. Thanks for being here, man. Oh, John asks, are you using Cubase more than Logic now? No, I'm not. I'm still a Logic. I'm still a Logic dude. Dobsky asks, yeah, I'm using Logic. That's my jam. As you can see. Why? No particular reason. But I still love Cubase. Nothing wrong with it at all. And actually, I'm working on a second tutorial for the Cubase YouTube channel, and this one will be more of like an indie rock thing. I've been going back and forth with their marketing manager on that one, and I'm kind of hoping that, I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm hoping that they'll send me like a Steinberg interface so I can showcase that. But yeah, it's always fun to mess around with Cubase. It's cool. It's got a different vibe to it. But you know, I think for the sake of convenience, I've just stuck with Logic because I'm just, you know, my brain is hardwired into those quick commands. And it just takes me so little time to get things done with Logic. James says, I totally get your focus on fitness, doing the knees over toes guy beginner's workout for lower body. Do you have a routine? Or just doing regular workouts in the morning. I don't know if I have a routine so much as I just kind of like try to go break a sweat as much as possible. I should get into a routine. I should actually, like, if I had like some extra money to spend, I would hire a personal trainer just to come like drill sergeant me every morning, just like yell at me and get me pumped. I need that motivation, you know. Uh-oh, did I freeze? Uh-oh. Oh, maybe I'm all right. Yeah, I need a personal trainer over here. Okay, no, everything's all good. Yeah, no, for me, like the goal is just to like not get like too big, just to stay lean. Not so much. I don't know if I really care about like getting ripped or muscular or anything like that. But at my age, my metabolism isn't as active as it used to be. Put it that way. All right. I think this has gone too far. I'm talking about my metabolism. I should probably wrap this up, guys. I'm gonna pack my bags, get ready to fly out to Ottawa tomorrow, and this has been a great way to cap things off before that little trip. So like I said, I'll post up the next challenge in the Academy real soon. And yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys. It's been a pleasure. Have a great day. And thanks for doing a great job with July's submission and challenge. You guys all sent great mixes today. It was awesome. I should have made a better loop for Alex's track here. All right, peace, guys. Closing her down. Sending out lots of love. Enjoy your summer. By the time I see you next, it'll probably be September. or maybe late August. Yeah, have a great day, guys. Take care. Peace.